Bottom half of the fourth inning, the newest statue here in Cleveland. It is Frank Robinson, the first African-American manager in Major League Baseball history, as Edwin Encarnacion steps in, takes the first pitch for a ball. His number is retired here at Progressive Field, number 20. A player manager back in 1975 for these Indians. And he joins us up here in the booth, and it is an absolute honor to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Just want to know, what was it like having that statue unveiled? Really, what do you think of the statue? Was it a good representation of you?
I think so. I really do. Only it was just a little too tall. I hate looking up to a statue. But no, it's a great job. The sculpture did a great job on it, and I thank him for it. And very proud of it.
Encarnacion up the middle for a base hit, a leadoff single here in the fourth inning. This was the ceremony prior to the game for Frank Robinson when they unveiled the statue. Hank Aaron was here. The entire Indians team was out there for this. What did it mean to you to have Hank Aaron here for this moment?
Well, I can't describe that really, but we've become good friends since we were retired, and we usually go to different events that we're involved in. The other one is involved in, and we invite the other one. They usually show up. And Hank is not in the greatest shape right now, physically, and he came up from Atlanta to be here, and I'm really thankful, proud of it, and thank him for coming.
Yeah, it's pretty special indeed to have both you and Hank Aaron here at the ballpark on the same day. As a kid growing up, watching baseball, loving baseball, it's so cool to see that and have that, and I think having the entire Indians team out there, what about that, knowing that all the players were there to see that?
Well, I was surprised when I saw them all there. I thought maybe just a few of them would show up, but I was really surprised, and it was quite an honor for me to see them there, and I wanted to talk to them more, but I took too long, they tell me, talking, and they had to get in, get dressed, and get out on the field and take batting practice and stuff.
Hey, you've earned it. You can take as long as you want.
Yeah, my wife is going like this. I said, hey, I just got started.
Well, it's a personal thrill, Frank, to have you in the booth with us. Not only one of the greatest players of all time, but one of the greatest ambassadors for the game of baseball. Everything that you have given to this game and continue to give to the game, and I think anybody associated with the game really respects you for that and thanks you for that as well.
Well, I grew up with that mentality because a gentleman in Oakland, California instilled that in me. He says, I'm going to help you, someone else is going to help you. So when you get in a position to be able to help others, you do it too, and also to promote the game of baseball, because it's a great game.
It is a great game. The count's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jose Ramirez, and he shoots one the other way. Back-to-back singles leading off the fourth here for the Indians against Jason Vargas. And that'll bring up Yan Gomes. Again, we are speaking with the Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. And this is Jose Ramirez, who got off to such a great start here for the Indians this year. Cooled off as of late, but going the other way with it. Frank, people, some realize, some don't, that you were both a player-manager, same time. What was that like to be both?
You really want to know?
Yes.
Hell. When I put myself in the lineup, I saw all these eyes in the back of my head. I should be in there, not him. It's a tough position. And, you know, Pete Rose, I think, was the last one before me. And, you know, I think if you're young enough, it's okay. But I was a pretty good age-wise. I was up there pretty good, and it was tough because who do you get in shape? Yourself as a manager, or do you get yourself as a player?
Right.
And I didn't take any of spring training at all, but I could still hit the fastball.
Okay, so you take no spring training to get yourself in shape, and then the first game as a player manager, all you do is hit a home run.
Well, It's the story behind that. You got time?
We got all the time you want.
I'll talk fast, too.
No, we're going to show it for you as well.
This is opening day, 1975.
Yep.
I love the uniforms, by the way.
Yeah,
the all reds.
That's Ted Bundy's wife. She liked them. I said, well, why don't she wear them?
Gomes pops one up in the infield. Infield fly rule called. So what's the story behind that
Well, I
one?
went up to visit Phil Sagan, the general manager, that morning, just to touch base with him. And we talked about 10 or 15 minutes. And I got up to go downstairs just time to get in there and get the lineup going and put the uniform on. And as I was leaving, he says, "You're in the lineup today?" I said, "What?" I said, "No." He said, "Why?" He says, "Well, you know, you've always risen to the occasion, and I think you ought to put yourself in the lineup." So I went downstairs, and I must have sat and thought about it. Where do I hide Frank Robinson? And in about half an hour. So I finally decided second. I said, because the man is second, nobody out, I can move him over. So the man on third base, I can get him in and help the club. So I put myself second. And that's just part of the story. So I go up in the first inning. Doc Medich is on the mound. First pitch, curveball in the dirt, strike one on par. Next pitch, I fouled it off sliding. The next pitch, another slide, I fouled it off and I stepped out. I said, wait, this guy didn't read the papers today. This is my day. And he's trying to embarrass me and strike me out on 3 pitches. He's not even going to waste one. So I think really what that did was snap me out of this fog I was in. And the next slider was away, and I pulled it. I didn't know if it was going to be high enough for left center field, and made it over.
It's incredible. I guess he was right. You rose to the occasion.
Yeah, I guess he was, you know. But I wasn't even thinking about putting myself in the lineup because I didn't want to feel all those eyes on the back of my head as I'd be in the batter's box.
There are 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Daniel Robertson at the plate. He takes the pitch up high. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-1 ball game. Indians lead the Royals on a day when they unveiled the statue for Frank Robinson as the first African-American manager in Major League Baseball history. Of course, first ballot Hall of Famer, MVP in both leagues. With the Reds, with the Orioles, the 1966 Triple Crown winner.
Lucky.
Yeah, lucky. I mean, some of the numbers are just unbelievable. Outside now, 3 balls and no strikes.
Frank, being a rookie manager in the big leagues, pressure enough. But for you, what kind of responsibility did you feel as the first African-American manager in the major leagues?
Well, I felt like I had to have the team support. So what I did, I tried to keep everybody on their toes. I tried to let them know why I was doing certain things. And not during the game, but after the game, I'd tell them why I did certain things if they questioned it. And that was the toughest thing it was. Because when I was in the lineup, other players thought they should be in the lineup.
Can you imagine someone being a player or manager in today's game?
No. I cannot. It's too much. It's too big a responsibility. And number one, it's too much money involved in the game today because you're taking at bats, you're taking innings, and away from a player that feels like he should be out there so he can make his salary, get his numbers up so he can get a good salary next year. It'll be very difficult today.
Yeah.
Unless you happen to get lucky, and if you was that you're a player manager, if your team got off to a great start.
A walk to Daniel Robertson has loaded the bases. Dave Island went out to speak with Jason Vargas, and Jason Kipnis at the plate had an RBI single his last time up. The Indians trying to add to their lead right here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Again, we are joined in the booth here by the Hall of Famer Frank Robinson on a day where he was honored by the Indians. As Kipnis takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Just your thoughts. You've been around the game for so long. What you think of the game today?
You say I've been around the game long, that means I'm old. I think it's nothing wrong with the game. And, you know, what I don't like what I'm seeing now is too much tinkering electronically with the play on the field, the game on the field. It's taking things away from the players that they should have to think about doing it or anticipate about doing something. And it's already thought out for them. And also, we're trying to escalate the game, speed it up. You can't speed this game up. What you can do is, which I tried for about 5 or 6 years, is to take the dead time out of the game.
Right.
And I almost lost my mind trying to do it. But I got it done somewhat, and that's all we need to do. We need to be a little bit snappier with getting off the field, getting out on the field, getting the pitcher warmed up, and getting the hit in the batter's box.
3-1, Kipnis to right field. If it's fair, it's not. Foul ball.
Jason Kipnis thinks that was fair.
Nothing wrong with that.
He was motioning to the dugout. Check that out on replay even before he got to the bag.
I almost missed it.
Wow. Let's take a look at this. It is a foul ball. What a look. What a job by our camera crew.
Well, I'd go find that baseball, see if there's any yellow paint on it.
Here comes Terry Francona out right now. Yep, they want to go to review it. Well, the player manager up here, he says he's thinking don't review it.
Well, here's a situation in the game that is very tense. Bases loaded. 1 out, 2 outs. And
oh, you know what?
We stopped.
Did that hit the foul pole?
I'm not sure that it's definitive.
It didn't change directions. I didn't see it change directions. If it hit the foul pole, it would have changed direction.
Right. Yep.
But see, here's the game now.
Nope.
At a standstill.
That was quick. You do realize what happened. New York was watching the game. They heard Frank Robinson say right there it didn't change directions, and they just said foul ball. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. No, I don't carry that kind of weight. But as simple as that, when it's a close-up, the ball would have hit the foul pole, it would have changed directions. It would kind of veer to the right.
So, Frank, what are you thinking now as a hitter? 3-2, you just missed a grand slam. Bases loaded. What's your
Anything
approach?
close. My approach, don't attack the pitch. Let it come to you and be ready to swing the bat.
There go the runners. Breaking ball popped up in the infield. Cuthbert in fair territory will make the play. Well, Frank, thank you so much for joining us here in the booth. Congratulations on the statue. Congratulations on everything. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Frank.
Pleasure being here.
At the end of 4, 2-1 Indians.